Well, good morning, everybody. Chuck here with No Time to Be Sad. It is flooding here in ThatPhanom, in NakhonPhanom province. Water has come up quite a bit. I don't know if you quite remember the layout of this, but it's high. I've seen it higher. Lao had a dam break a few years ago after about 4 weeks worth of rain, and it almost come up to the street here, so it still has quite a ways to go. I want to talk to you guys about some personal things this morning and the fact that I'm gonna be here on my 8th year anniversary in Thailand. What have I learned? Do I have any regrets? Am I ready to leave? What did I get myself into with all of these responsibilities in Thailand, and how am I going to deal with it here in the near future? So first, I'd like to say, this is really a travesty. Like over there in Laos, there are a lot of homes underwater over there because that land is a lot lower than here. NakhonPhanom stands for mountain city is what it means, so it's a little higher than a lot of provinces. Got a fishing pole out here, so we should be safe here, but I really feel bad for the victims of the flood. I feel bad for the people that lost loved ones, lost their livelihood, lost their things, and I feel sorry for the people that are not able to take care of themselves during this, that they're depending on other people to rescue them. I feel bad for that. But Thai people are very strong, very resilient, and they will overcome this, and they always tend to make the best of everything and try not to worry too much about stuff. I wish I could be like that, but I just don't have it in me. I've learned quite a bit from this culture in Thailand, kind of how to relax, but I'm a problem solver. I'm a thinker. I drive my wife crazy and my Thai family crazy. I'm gonna share a couple of things with you. You may relate, you may not relate, you may not even be interested, but you'll know a little bit more about me after you're done hearing my story. And I wanna talk to you about some, friends. For some reason, that's an important topic on my channel, about friends in Thailand, and talk about my mom, stuff like that. But when I was 17 years old, I had this bright idea of going to an automotive technical school. Not really interested in working on cars. At that age, you're not really interested probably in a lot of things. But they had a program where I could get a government loan, and it would assist me on getting an apartment close by the school. It would pay like my first and last to get me in the apartment. I remember me and my roommate, we shared a 1-bedroom, tiny, fully furnished, all bills paid apartment. We had 2 twin beds in one room, and my half was $240 a month. I went to school all day, and nighttime I delivered pizzas to pay the rent, and sometimes we had extra pizzas and stuff like that. He worked at a chicken place, so we always had chicken and pizza for dinner. But I ended up getting recruited to a place called Tune Up Masters. I don't know if they still exist, but I was young, like 18 years old. I didn't really realize it at the time, but it was an exciting job for me. People would come in not happy, inconvenienced, in some random vehicle with some random problem, and my job was to find the problem, fix the problem, and make the customer happy. That was a challenge to me. It wasn't like a job where you have a detail, you complete it, and then you clock out, and then tomorrow you come and probably do the same damn thing. I am so happy I didn't get a job like that. So fast forward a little bit, I had been married, had a couple of small kids. We had a house fire, lost everything, and I just couldn't recover from it. I really didn't have anybody to fall back on to help me with my problems. Really pretty much my whole life, I've always had to figure things out on my own. So I decided the only way I could get up from this choice was to join the military. And it was a shock to my family at the time, but it was the only thing I could do. So I did that. I ended up being a combat medic. I didn't want to be a mechanic. I wanted to do something different, but I learned, I had a lot of experiences in the military that really changed my life. So when I got out of the military, I got out with the intention I was going to be a Houston police officer, but for whatever reason, God kept me from that. And I say that because now I'm so thankful that I didn't become a police officer, and it just wasn't meant to be. So I ended up going back as a mechanic for some years. You know, I did good at it, and you know, I enjoyed fixing people's problems, but I got really bored with it. Ended up running a couple of my own shops, or owning a couple of my own shops, and then all of that experience and knowledge got me to a business that I really was successful, and it got me retired at an early age. So my point of this is my life has always been about people around me have problems, and I've got to figure out a solution to fix it long term, you know. So I've just had that mindset, and every time I look at something, I kind of look at things a little too deep, I think. And it may be a handicap for me, especially here in Thailand. There's a bunch of bananas over there, random bananas. You know, maybe a handicap. I don't know. But I've got my hands full in Thailand right now. Before I talk about that, let's talk about do I love Thailand? Do I consider going back to the States? Am I homesick? And to answer all of that is absolutely 100% no. Like, I have no interest in going back. I don't really watch TV that much because everything is super negative on TV, so it's hard to get an idea about anything because I think people only want to see negative stuff. I guess because they wouldn't. That's why they play it on the news, because people want to watch it. But I have no interest in that. But I'm not. If I've got to go back to the States, there's a serious problem, you know. My kids are all self-sufficient right now. They all take care of themselves. My dad, he's doing good. He's got a wonderful wife, still works, and he's happy. He doesn't need me to come tell him what to do. I've got my mom here, and was kind of, I don't know, you know, it wasn't something that was really difficult for me to do. It was just something that needed to be done. And I wasn't like, oh, I got to fix my mom's problems. It was just like, this is the problem. And after we went around in a gigantic circle like 3 times, the solution was to bring mom here. So I told my mom is 72. I told her initially, she's going on her third year. We're fixing to get her extension here. It's actually, I can get it done tomorrow. You can do it 30 days before the due date, or the expiration, I should say. But well, I kind of lost my train of thought on that one. I told mom, I said, don't worry about anything. I'll take care of all the problems. Whatever happens, I'll absorb the mess. All I want you to do is be happy. So you just try to figure out a way every day to be happy, and I'll take care of the rest. So I think I've got it pretty much managed right now. You know, nothing lasts forever, and we'll have to make changes along the way. And, you know, I'm not really, in my mind, I'm not settled in, like I have to buy all this stuff and have some stability in my life, because for me, it would make my life difficult to not be flexible. So I know I preach that a lot. A lot of it has to do with the unpredictability of living in another country. But the reality for me is I can't, because of the way I am and the way that I do things, I can't be locked down. I need to be flexible so that I can fix whatever problems I have as they come. It's just easier for me to do that. So, and I don't worry so much. Like we didn't buy a big house somewhere and I'm worried about my neighbors. I'm worried about the community or little things like that. Not saying I would, but it would as a foreigner, we tend to do that, and then we become a little, I don't know, hypersensitive about things. So for me, I just can't do that. And I find peace and happiness in our little situation, and I love my Thai family. If I didn't, or we had any kind of issues, we wouldn't be there for sure. So it just works for us. You know, I started this YouTube channel a long time ago, not with the intentions of being successful, just for something to do. I remember when I first started, I had like 20 subscribers at one point, and I was like, holy crap, look at this. Like 20 people are interested in me, you know. And I never made a video to try to appease everybody. Now that I've been doing it for some time, I've got a lot of different types of videos and stuff. And the videos are, you know, they really keep me engaged outside of all the other things I need to do, so I don't stress out. It's kind of a cushion for me, and it allows us to travel more. It gives me like a goal. I think we need challenges still in our life, and when we retire, it's difficult because we don't have any more challenges. It's difficult just to sit at home and watch YouTube or TV or something like that, you know. So it just gives me a challenge to you know, and I'm helping people. So that's the biggest thing for me, is the channel. It helps other people see a different perspective, I guess, you know. And I'm not really interested in quitting, and I don't listen to all the drama where you can't, you know, about working stuff and tax stuff, because that's all just, you know, people, they need to have content, so they push that stuff out there, and people lose their mind, and they don't really have common sense about certain things. But time always tells, and all of the stories that have been told ever since I've been moving here every year, there's always a story, always a hot topic, and it always just moves on to the next topic. And that's just the way it is, you know. Not too much has changed since I've been here 8 years in Thailand. So just wait and see. Yeah, things normally get better, but people don't like change too much. Let's talk about friends. You know, friends is kind of I don't know, whatever that means to you. For me, it's like friends are acquaintances. Friends are people that you have a common interest in. You know, you share the same likes, or you need something from that person, or that person needs something for you. And in life, you'll have very few friends that will help you in need. A friend that'll do something for you without thinking about anything. Just do it because you're friends. It's hard to find people like that. I think if it wasn't for YouTube, I would never have met these people for sure. You know, that's the only common interest I think we have is something with YouTube. And I'm really not into that. I really don't consider myself like a YouTuber. I've never really seeked out other YouTubers to try to gain success or recognition or any of that stuff. I've never really been interested in that. There's a lot more successful YouTube channels than mine, which is awesome for them. They put in all the hard work and effort, and they deserve it. There's no doubt about that. I don't have a problem with that. For me, like, I'm not the type where I can try to pretend to be something I'm not, or talk about something I really don't know, but, you know, try to put it all in video form and entertain you. People come and people go in my life here. It's not that big of a deal. So, no, I don't worry too much about friends. What I do worry about is my wife, my family, my mom, you know, my in-laws, and then I think about my happiness too. So I have to balance all that stuff. I'm pretty good at doing that, and I'm happy. I couldn't imagine having to go back home and go to work and try to deal with all that stuff at home. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys this morning a little bit about that. I'm coming on my 8-year anniversary, and I've never been happier. Like, I never knew that a happiness like this could even exist. And you have to experience it for yourself. And I think a lot of people, when they come to Thailand, Thailand changes them. So Thailand's a life-changing experience. And you see this culture and you're like, what the hell? It's just so alien to you. And then, you know, you start to wonder why people are so happy that don't have all of the stuff like the American dream, you know, but they're just happy. And, you know, what is more important in life other than health and well-being, you know? Anyway, guys, I'll let you go. Hopefully this goes down. We do have another rainstorm coming, so who knows what's going to happen. But I don't think it's going to come up to the street. It's got a long way to go here, so in our area. So anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow on the next No Time to Be Sad video. Bye.